it's Brad, the probate house guy. So I am over here at one of our projects. Met a contractor over here, just reviewing this room that we were finishing out. This was a probate deal. We got it off of a probate postcard. This particular house was inherited by a couple who inherited it from their best friends. Their friends had no kids, didn't have any family, so they actually willed this house to them. This house is in a country club community in Ackworth, Georgia. Actually, I'm very familiar with this community. My best friend growing up lived in this neighborhood here. I'm very familiar with this. This house is actually on the golf course, which is super cool. And it's on this pond, this lake that I used to fish in with my buddy growing up. So it's kind of neat. So it's got a cool view of the golf course. So I'm standing in basically the bonus room upstairs that we have finished out into a 4th bedroom. This is a smaller house in this particular neighborhood. It does not have a basement, and we needed to get some more square footage, and I needed to get a 4th bedroom because typically families are buying these homes in this community. This house is also in a cul-de-sac. Look out front here. So we're in a cul-de-sac and we're on a golf course, which is a huge selling point for a family. And yeah, I know it's a fair housing violation to say that, but the reality is more than likely a family is going to purchase this property, a family with kids. And so we're kind of making this house appeal to that. This project is what I would call a wholetail. Really, the only work we've done to this house is we cleaned it out really good. There was a bunch of junk left in the house. We did a junk removal. We did a deep cleaning on the house. We cleaned up the landscape. The landscape had been neglected since they had passed away. Cleaned up the landscape. There's still a little bit more to do with the landscape. We had the landscaper actually cut back all the undergrowth on the trees, basically limb all the trees up about 10 feet. So you get a view of the golf course again, because a lot of the undergrowth had kind of grown up where you couldn't see the golf course. So now you can sit out on the screen and porch on this house and you can actually see the golf course. There's a lake on this particular hole right on the other side of the fairway. So you've got a nice, quiet, peaceful, pretty view. But we finished this room out up here. It was already insulated. We only had to add, we didn't even have to move the lights. We didn't even have to add, or we had to add 3 receptacles in this room to meet code. And then over here, we framed in 2 closets. One of these closets we had to frame in because there was a plumbing pipe coming right up through this wall here. So we just wanted to conceal it. So extra storage in here. So we've got a closet in here. There's actually also an HVAC duct in this particular wall right here. As you can see, it's much thicker. So there's an HVAC duct and another plumbing duct. Or actually the water heater vent runs up through here too. So we needed to hide that inside of a wall. And we have drywalled this whole room. Just met with the contractor over here. He said they're gonna be finished up today. They gotta do 1 more coat of mud and sand and they'll be done. So I'm gonna get my painter in here probably tomorrow afternoon. Come in here and prime. The painter's going to trim the window out and he's going to do the baseboards in here and he's going to install the doors. We're gonna do 2 doors here, just some pre-hung doors. The rest of the house is all 6-panel doors, so we'll just do a 6-panel door to match everything else. So we'll do 2 pre-hung doors in here. We'll get it primed, get it painted, and then we'll put some carpet in here. I'm not even changing the carpet out in the house. Let me show you the house here. Let me flip around. Upstairs, again, this is the bonus room. This is over the garage. Huge room, giant room. So we're gonna get a lot of extra square footage out of that. We kept the carpet in here. It needs to be replaced. There's some stains. Here's one of the bedrooms upstairs. Huge bedroom, 2 big closets in there. There's a Jack and Jill bath right here. Again, this is dated, but everything is in good shape. I do need to replace this toilet because it's got a giant crack in the tank. So we're gonna replace this toilet. We're not really doing much to this house at all. There's also a crack in the tile right there. So someone's gonna need to probably caulk that just to fix that. A little bit of settlement in the house, I guess. And then this is the other bedroom here on the side of the house. Stain in the carpet. There's a little bit of a dip in the floor here too. So anyways, this is a closet space right here. And there's a kind of a loft catwalk area over the living room, a little loft area here. We're gonna go downstairs. So we've got 3 bedrooms upstairs now and a full bath upstairs. We're coming down here. You've got a formal dining room in here. This is an older house, so formal dining room in here. Coming in here, and we've got a half bath downstairs. We've got the master bedroom here with a little cucaracha right there. Master, as you can see, looks out to the golf course. As you can see, there's the golf course there. There's the little lake that is on. There's Japanese maple. There's like multiple little koi pond. These people loved koi ponds. There's a koi pond there. There's a huge one over there. There's one in the front by the front door. It's pretty wild. There's carpet in the bathroom. I'm probably going to get my flooring people to come in here and actually maybe try to replicate this floor here and continue that into here. Or maybe somebody that buys this will just rip all this up. It's got one of those old people tubs in it. These things are expensive. You ever price one of these things out? They are not cheap. But either way, you know, it's in good condition overall. It needs some new carpet, not a big deal. You don't want to pull the carpet up because you can't sell a house with no carpet. Like the bank won't finance it, or most banks won't finance it. This is an older style house where the kind of kitchen is a separate room. A little dated in the kitchen, you know, tile countertops, whatever. It does have newer appliances, newer GE. Got a new dishwasher, GE double oven. It's got an old ancient cooktop, an old hood. So this is all kind of ancient here. But as you can see here, you've got a screen and porch here to the outside. So you can go outside here and step out on the porch, sit on the porch. Got all the golfers, got the fairway there. The green is right over there is the green. So you tee off on this hole and you got to kind of stay off to the right here. It's like a slight dog leg left on this hole, and then you got to stay to the right. There's a very narrow strip of fairway, so you got to keep it on the fairway there past the lake, and then you head onto the green down there. Played this course many times as a kid. I haven't played this course in a long time, but either way. And then let me show you the garage. The people that own this were Corvette people. They had Corvettes. So going in the garage here, you've got a epoxy floor, and this is like professionally done epoxy floor in here, central vac system. Anyway, so it's a nice garage, and like I said, we're in a cul-de-sac house. We are going to finish out that room. That way we can get that fourth bedroom, a little bit of extra square footage to help us sell it for the neighborhood, and then we should have this thing on the market here hopefully by next week. And we'll see how quickly it takes to sell. I'm basically pricing this thing like really good for the neighborhood. So my strategy is basically pricing this thing under 500,000. You cannot find a house on the golf course in this neighborhood for under 500,000. It doesn't exist. So someone will have to put a little bit of money into this and kind of update it and whatever, but they're going to get a house on the golf course for under $500,000. And that's the aim with this house. So we'll see how quickly it sells. We'll find out. It is in a cul-de-sac. It's on the golf course. So those are like the big selling points for this house. You can't change the location. You can fix some of the broken things, and you can, you know, do some of the other stuff, but you can't change the location. So thanks for checking out this video, guys. Stay tuned for the next one. See you. Bye.